A pleasant day to each and everyone. My name is Polar J. M. De La Serna, 22 years old, live in Barangay San Guillermo, Matago, Leyte, and I'm enrolled in BSMT 1, Charlie, NGEC 10. So for today's video, I'll be answering our midterm exam composed of two questions. So one is the explanation of the maximally great being in different terms, and two is the significance and functions of the material and immaterial part of man in dichotomy theory. First question is the existence of God or the maximally great being in our DNA. So as we all know in science, there's been a lot of theories, there's been a lot of researching that we humans are evolved animals way back. So evolution of our genetics, transcending our mind, body, and etc. That we differ from animals, or we are highly intelligent than animals. But in that case, these theories are still not valid, and then there's no any supporting details on whatsoever. Because the first main factor is that our DNA, composed of tons and tons of genetic informations, a very unique genetic informations which is different from each and one of us. And because of that, having these kind of informations in our body, there's like a code. It's like a code of every human being, which is which is in fact it's not merely due to evolution, but it is created and it is designed that way. So by having this points out that there's only one it's like a decoder, it's like IT, no, that decodes and codes, giving lots of information into one tiny strand of DNA. So next is the fine-tuning of the universe. So in fine-tuning of the universe, there's three factors in the arguments. Merely the physical necessity of the universe, like it's just there because of its natural necessity. Two is merely by chance, and three, it is designed. So the first one is necessity, physical. It's just physical necessity, which is in fact denied because, as we all know, as the discoveries of the past scientists and researchers, that our universe has a beginning. So a single point has a beginning in the way past back long time ago. In the beginning has its beginning, and just it keeps on expanding throughout the years and up until the present. So by that discovery, physical necessity is denied. So two is merely by chance. So out of all the possibilities, out of all the chances, the luckiness, we can clearly say that it is not appeared merely by chance. It's because out of all the planets, out of all the galaxies out there, maybe possible to be discovered, there's only one suitable for for life to exist, a life permitting planet, which is the Earth. It is created that way, and there's no other planets that can produce or can give life to any organisms, creatures, beings, and so on. So by this fine-tuning, because of the fine-tuned galaxies, universe, many mathematicians have discovered the constant and quantities of the universe, which is exactly the purely accurate point by point, decimal by decimal. And thus, if these constants can be moved by or can be altered by a merely hair breadth or just a couple of inches, or the tiniest part of altered, the tiniest alteration of these constants will will cause this universe, or maybe maybe the universe will cease to exist, or or this earth will not be a life permitting planet. So by just moving by altering just a tiny portions of these constants can mean to destruction of the universe. So it is really designed this way. It is made this way. So next is the existence of the absolute moral values and duties. Of course, uh, this explanation, this term proves that God is everything, you know. So when it comes to moral values and duties, God is the moral value and the duty. So God given us His commands, His moral. God has given us the moral duties, the values through His commands. So this is our basis, whether it is right or wrong, or good or bad. So without God, so that means there are no moral values or duties. That means killing one person is neither good or bad, neither wrong or right. So God Himself is the standard of our moral duty and values that we human beings, the highly intellectual beings, serves as serves as our basis of our moral duties and values. Next is the irreducible complexity. So the complexity of the entire universe, beings, one human being to another is very complex that we even mostly intelligent human being cannot possibly answer all the questions, um, all the questions, all the mystery here our planet, because we only limit to what we can do, to what we can think, to what we can observe, and to what we can collect, data and informations. So due to this complexity, of course, the creator has to be all good, has to be all knowing, all powerful, and morally perfect, which is timeless, spaceless, immaterial, and so on. So a perfect fit to be called the maximally great being, the beginning and the end, the one who created, the creator, the designer, everything. So the next question is the significance and functions of the material and immaterial part of man in dichotomy theory. So in dichotomy theory, states that there are two factors of two composition of man, which is the body and the soul. The body represents as the material part of the man, and the soul is the immaterial part of man. So what is the immaterial and material part? So material part is our physical reality. So our senses, our body, our eyesight, where we smell, taste, hear, feel, touch, so on. Well, as for the immaterial part, it is our consciousness, our mind, our feelings, our imaginations, our thoughts, our ideas, and so on. Everything that transcends, not using our sense of everything, our senses. So, the immaterial part, which is our soul, is the directing factor to our material part, to our body. Why? It's because It's because of how we perceive, how we feel, how we think, our ideas, our thoughts, and so on, which is the basis to what we do in that situation, in every situation, in our daily basis. For example, we have an idea, we create idea, we generate thoughts through through our mind. But our brain processes these informations, sending signals to our body to do, for example, projects. We have an idea, our mind processes it, our brain gives signals to our body to work with it physically, in physical matter, in physical reality. So that's all. I hope you understand and you have learned something from my uh, answers. And thank you and God bless.